What's up, geometry? Thanks for tuning in for another episode of Math with Mullins. Today we're going to be looking at two lessons kind of put together in one. We're going to be looking at 5.3 and 5.5 from the Reveal Geometry textbook, proving triangles congruent using side, 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 angle, side, and then the hypotenuse leg congruence theorem. So we will look at those criteria to decide if triangles are going to be congruent and then also solve problems using those things. The first thing we have to write down are all of the definitions and words for these. So side, side, side congruence theorem just states if three sides of one triangle are congruent to three sides of a second triangle, then the triangles are congruent. I'll go back and show pictures of this as well. Side angle side states if two sides and the included angle of one triangle are congruent to two sides and the included angle of a second triangle, then the triangles are congruent. And then the hypotenuse leg congruence theorem just states if the hypotenuse and leg of one triangle are congruent to the hypotenuse and leg of another or a second triangle, then the triangles are congruent. Okay, so here are some things of what they would look like. So for side, 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 we would just see, I'll even draw two triangles kind of together here. And again, you're just going to have to pretend that my drawing is perfect. Let's say Q, we'll have this point be T, S, and then R. And we would maybe say like QR is congruent to SR, and QT is congruent to ST. And then we can say that TR is congruent to TR using the reflexive property. So this would be an indication that these two triangles are congruent. So you could write your congruent statement as triangle SRT is congruent to triangle QRT. Side angle side congruence theorem. I'm going to draw kind of like kite looking thing first and then show you. Make two triangles here. We'll say this is A, B, C, and D. And obviously we know that BD is equal to BD, but we'd have like AB is equal to BC. And then we would see, I'm going to zoom in a little bit here, right here, could be our indicated angles, and then obviously here. So we notice that we have side, angle, side, and I'm going to even show that with, see if I have a highlighter right here. So side, angle, side is what we're looking at. So we have this side, an angle, and another side, congruent with this side, the angle, and side, okay? Some people get that confused and they try to do side-side angle, and that will not work. The angle has to be in between the two corresponding sides. And then the hypotenuse leg theorem just states if I have a hypotenuse and a leg matching, then that means they're going to be matching. So maybe we say that these two lines are matching. This is a leg, this is a leg, and then the hypotenuse is here in the middle, and that obviously matches as well, okay? So what we're going to do here is try to state whether the triangles could be proven congruent using either side, 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 angle, side, or the hypotenuse leg theorem, and then if so, we're going to write a congruency statement. So letter A, we would say yes, because you notice we have side, angle, side, side, angle, side. So yes, using side, angle, side. And our congruence theorem just needs to make sure that all your letters are matching with the corresponding parts. So I said Q, Y, T. Notice that QI has one tick mark. So over here, when I start, I'm going to say that C corresponds to Q. So C, K, P. Okay. For letter B, this one would also be yes, they are congruent using side, side, side. we notice that BC corresponds to AD and AB corresponds to DC, and then AC is equal to AC using that reflexive theorem. So we could say triangle ABC. So notice I went A to B is 2 tick marks, then B to C is 1 tick mark. So I'm going to use that same category here. C to D, and then D to A. So C, D, A. So again, matching those corresponding angles and sides. For letter C, this one's going to be no, because we're seeing side, side, and then angle, and we need side, angle, side, or side, side, side. So keep that in mind. That one cannot be a reason. For letter D, the interesting thing here is not every single angle is marked, but we notice that these are parallel lines. In parallel lines, we can use alternate interior angles to consider matching angles. So like angle D is going to match angle E because we have some parallel lines. DJ is parallel to ME. So we can say yes using side, angle, side. And that would say triangle JDA could be congruent to triangle MEA. Next up, for letter E, we can say yes for this one as well. Using side, 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 triangle FCE can be congruent to triangle FDE. And then our last one, this one would be yes, using the hypotenuse leg congruence theorem. And then I just gave this one some letters A, B, C, D, so we can write a congruent statement. So triangle A, B, C is congruent to triangle C, D, A. Okay? Now we're going to get into some proofs. Yay, our favorite. So reasons why proofs can be helpful, or reasons why we can say triangles are congruent. We're starting with sides first. So reasons why sides are congruent is either given, we're going to see a lot of definition of midpoint, or the reflexive property. If the reasoning for angles are congruent, we're going to say it's either given to us, we can use vertical angles here, alternate interior angles of parallel lines, alternate exterior angles of parallel lines corresponding, or the definition of angle bisector. So those are the reasonings we're going to see here when we start with proofs. So you can always come back to this as well. So let's go ahead and look here. It says example 2, we know that PQ is congruent to ST. So a lot of times when I start to do this, I'm starting to make tick marks on what's actually congruent. Then it says QR is congruent to RT. And then it says R is the midpoint of PS. That means P to R would match R to S. So we actually have everything we need to prove that these two triangles are congruent. We just need to go through the statements. So we start with our givens. PQ is congruent to side ST because that is given. We can say QR is congruent to RT because that's also given. And R is midpoint of PS, also given. So from here, step 3 to step 4 is when I would say PR is congruent to SR using definition of midpoint. And now I have clearly stated that all 3 lines are congruent, which means all 3 sides are congruent. So I can say triangle PQR is congruent to triangle STR using the side, side, side congruence theorem. Okay. Next, example 3, AC is congruent to AD. And then CB is congruent to BD. So how can I prove that these 2 triangles are congruent? If you want to, pause the video here, see if you can try this one on your own. And when you're ready to check it, click play. All right, my first 2 lines I'm going to say are given. So AC is congruent to AD using given. If you wanted to squeeze them all in the same line, you can too, and you can actually get it done in 3 steps. And then CB is congruent to BD using given. And then here, my next side, because I'm looking for side, 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 or side angle side, I said AB is congruent to, here it is, AB, our famous reflexive property, we haven't used yet, but we learned a while ago. And then I've proven that all sides are congruent, so I can say triangle ABC is congruent to triangle ABD using our side, 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 congruence theorem. Okay. Example 4, if you want to try this one on your own, have at it. When you're ready to check it, click play. And here we go. AB is congruent to BC. So I'm going to go make those tick marks and say AB is congruent to BC using given. And then it says BD bisects ABC. BD bisects angle ABC. Given. Okay, because BD bisects ABC, then that means we can say angle ABD is congruent to angle CBD using the definition of angle bisector. So that means this angle here matches this one. And then I would say BD is congruent to BD using reflexive property. And then now I have side, angle, side. So using that included angle ABD is congruent to triangle CBD using the side, angle, side congruence theorem. Okay. Example 5, moving right along. Here's where we're going to start to see some parallel lines. So thinking about our reasoning as to why sides and angles could be congruent, we're going to maybe see some alternate interior, alternate exterior angles here because we have parallel lines. So our given, again, if you want to try this one on your own, pause it. If you're ready to go with me, let's get started. HI is congruent to GJ. So HI congruent to side GJ, and that's our given. And then HI is parallel to GJ, also given. So what I like to do is I also like to show my parallel lines here. And I want to prove that our two triangles are congruent. One thing I can say is HJ is congruent to HJ using reflexive property. And then I still need either another matching side, which I can't prove HJ is congruent to IJ with another reasoning, but I could say that angle IHJ is congruent to angle GJH using alternate interior angles theorem. So let's say angle IHJ is congruent to angle GJH using our reasoning of alternate interior angles of parallel lines. And then I can prove now that my two triangles are congruent with side, angle, side. So triangle GJH is congruent to triangle IHJ using side, angle, side congruence theorem. Okay, last one. Here we have two right triangles. Can we prove that these triangles are congruent based off of the reasonings? And here we go. So FGH and FJH are right triangles, so let's go ahead and write our givens. FGH and triangle FJH are right tris, given. And it says GH is congruent to HJ. So GH is congruent to HJ. Really from here, you don't need to do any other reasoning except for one other step, and that is HF is hypotenuse. And you can even say definition of hypotenuse. I would even say this could be an optional step because HF is congruent to HF, and that's reflexive. And then I can then say triangle FGH is congruent to triangle FJH using the hypotenuse leg congruence theorem. Okay. And that is going to conclude our notes today on 5.3 and 5.5. So hopefully this gives you a little bit of an idea of how to determine if it's side, 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 or side, angle, side, or hypotenuse leg. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time. Have a great day.